Tornadoes have the Fujita scale, hurricanes the Saffir-Simpson scale. Both are widely used and recognized. Much less well known is a scale for snowstorms that impact the eastern two-thirds of the U.S., known as the Regional Snowfall Index, or RSI, assigned after the fact by meteorologists at the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. Now, like the Saffir-Simpson scale, the RSI goes from 1 to 5. Categories 1 and 2 are notable and significant snowstorms, while 4 and 5 are deemed crippling and extreme. The index is designed so that only about 1% of all storms end up in the extreme category, and less than 10% are Category 3 or higher. The RSI is unique because it not only takes into account how much snow fell and over how large of an area, but also the population affected, which directly ties the index to societal impacts. Plus, the RSI is a regional index, so a storm that affects multiple parts of the country could get a different rating for each area. These region-specific indices use different thresholds of snow simply because it takes less to disrupt the South than, for example, the Northeast. So while 2, 5, 10, and 15 inches are used as thresholds in the South and Southeast, 4, 10, 20, and 30 inches are used in the Northeast. Because the REI is region-specific, a storm such as this one from 1973, which in the grand scheme of American snowstorms is mostly forgotten, is a top 10 storm in Southeast U.S. weather history. Now, the RSI also lets us contrast different regions based on when disruptive snowstorms tend to occur. For example, let's consider only storms in categories 3, 4, and 5, the major, crippling, or extreme ones, and plot what percentage have occurred in each month. Now, this is for the Northeast. February clearly sticks out as the most common month for very disruptive snowstorms, 3 times as many as in any other month. But it's not that way in all parts of the country. For example, in the upper Midwest, now this covers Iowa, Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Michigan, the maximum is in January with December 2nd. While in the northern plains and Rockies, now this is Montana, Wyoming, Nebraska, and the Dakotas, the distribution is very different. There, the maximum is greatly skewed to late in the season, with almost 60% of very disruptive snowstorms occurring in March or April. So what storms were some of the most extreme in each region based on the RSI? Well, in the Northeast, the top-rated storm was a slow-moving February 1969 snowstorm that shut down northern New England with more than 30 inches in much of Maine and New Hampshire. In the Ohio Valley region, which includes Ohio, Indiana, and Illinois, the most extreme storm was a freak November 1950 storm. And in the Southeast, a more familiar storm is rated number 1 by the RSI, the January 1996 blizzard, mainly because of its impact in densely populated Virginia. An REI has been assigned to more than 500 storms since 1900. You can search the database yourself. It's in an easily usable GIS format. Just Google Regional Snowfall Index, and it'll be one of the top choices. Stay tuned. Our extended forecast is next.